Welcome to week one of medical ethics. And for the first part of this week, I just want to talk about the syllabus a little bit and what the course expectations are. As you can see here, you have my contact information. You can reach me by email, probably is the easiest way to reach me. We can have virtual office hours, or generally, I'm pretty available and am going to be available most of the summer. So just feel free to contact me and we can get together if you need to talk about any of the assignments or have any questions, etc. We are not going to have a book for this course. However, there will be readings that I will post on Plato that are relevant to the topics that we're going to cover. You can read the course description, but in general, we are going to be talking about medical ethics issues and how to solve medical ethics using a variety of different frameworks. So we're going to talk about some hopefully very timely topics, things like the use of medical marijuana, and which is a big topic right here, and particularly in Massachusetts, with the communities around here voting to not have dispensaries, despite the fact that at least for now, recreational marijuana has been approved in the state of Massachusetts. So we're going to look at it from a medical perspective, along with several other topics. So you can read the course objectives, what it is I hope that we will accomplish in this course. One thing I do want to point out, this course is going to be fast-paced. If you think about it, this is a 3-credit course over the course of 6 weeks. So, as you might expect, it's going to be a little bit intense at times, and there are going to be some expectations for you to do some independent learning and some independent work, as well as some things that I will guide you along the way. So we're going to be working at a pretty fast pace, I think, for most of the semester, but it'll be very manageable, so no worries. Let's see. This is general information. Assignments need to be on time. I'm not going to accept late assignments. However, I always accept early assignments. So you'll see as we go along in this course, and if you're in the other course as well, I tried to stagger the assignments so that you don't have a lot due on one particular day for either of the courses if you're in more than one. You know what academic honesty is. Do your own work. That's important. If you need assistance, you can contact the Reading and Writing Center. If you need accommodations, the Banaka Center is available for you. We're going to do some independent work. We're going to do some online work, and we may do some small group learning environments that you may be connecting with a partner or something. It depends. This is a small class, so we'll see how that works out. As I mentioned, that you're going to be responsible for some of your own learning throughout this course as well. But I am here as a partner in the learning process. So be present both online and when we have our 2 on-site classes. We are trying to do the minimal amount of time on-site. As you know, the first on-site is scheduled for Wednesday, May 30th. We can talk on that date about when the last on-site. So I just want to do in the beginning and the end, particularly in this course because we have the culminating project in the debate and the debate resource packet, which we will talk about in a few minutes. Okay. You can read what my responsibilities are. I will answer your emails. I'm pretty good and pretty fast at emails generally, during the week particularly. But I will answer your emails. Please use my primary method of communicating with you will be email, so please use your Westfield State email account so that I can communicate with you. I will post things and announcements in the Plato course as well, but for the most part, I will try to communicate with you via email. So what are we going to do? What are we doing in here? This is a general overview of what the assignments are, and then I'll talk to you in a little bit more detail in a minute. But we're going to have the reflective discussion boards. You're going to have a paper on relative versus absolute ethics. You're going to identify a contemporary ethic issue and then you're going to take action steps to address that ethical issue. And we're going to have a debate, and you're going to provide me with a debate resource packet. Finally, one of the things that I try to do in every class that I teach is have a participation and professionalism grade. And I think it's particularly important when we're mostly an online class, because your active participation is essential for this course. And again, because it's a little bit of a faster paced course, you really need to keep up with the workload. It's going to involve things like appropriate communication with your peers, which we'll talk about with the reflection postings in a second. I put together here just a little calendar for you so you can see what is due when. The things in parentheses are my jobs. So every Sunday by 11:59 p.m., I will post the reflection topic. You will have until Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. to respond to that reflection topic. So in general, it'll be either a current issue, it'll be a question, something like that. Now, when it comes to the discussion posting responses, I'll talk about that in a minute when we get to the assignment descriptions. So this is just, you can see the dates, and then responses are required. And then I have all of your assignments due on Mondays by 11:59, except for the debate and the debate resource packet, which will be on that last on-site day. So scrolling down, talking about what the assignments. So first, the reflective discussion board, those postings that I will put in the discussion forum. There'll be a new forum for each of the topics. So as I said, I will post those on Sundays. They're due by Wednesdays, weeks 2 through 6. So this Wednesday, you do not have one. What I'm looking for is that you thoroughly and adequately answer the discussion question or topic. You have to use resources and references. So your response should be well-informed, evidence-based. In addition to the initial response, you are also going to respond to one of your peers, and that peer response is due by Friday. So you're posting on Wednesday, you have to respond to your peer by Friday. Now, what I'm looking for in the response is just saying something like, I agree with you, or great idea, or something like that is not an adequate response. You have to bring something new, a new concept or new thinking or additional insight or something into the discussion. So it's more than, really good thinking here. I agree with you. It's, good thinking here. However, have you ever considered X? So bring something new to the discussion. So you have 5 total reflections and 5 total responses. Then you're going to do a paper no more than 3 pages, double-spaced, on relative versus absolute ethics. I am going to cover that in some detail, and I'm going to give you some things to read about with regard to relative and absolute ethics. So you're going to write a paper basically just, arguing whether ethics are relative or are ethics absolute. You have to use references. You have to use information, or you may use information from class readings or other sources. Your arguments need to be firm, clear, and specific to one side or the other. You can't take middle ground here. So pick a side and argue that side. You're also going to have a contemporary medical ethics issue where you're going to watch the news, read the newspaper, read online reputable sources, or even experience from whatever your work lives involve to identify a current medical ethical issue that we haven't yet, to the point that this assignment is due, covered in class. So maybe, it's a topic that's later on, but if we haven't covered it, you can use that for the purposes of this assignment. So again, no more than 3 pages. I'm not asking you to submit a lot here, but you're going to submit a paper that describes the issue, identifies what factors influence the issue. You want to be able to identify both sides of the issue. So even if you're pro or con, whatever the issue is, what is the other side saying? What is being said on both sides? What are the arguments or the rhetoric being talked about on both sides? And then how does it affect healthcare? So how does this issue affect both the providers of healthcare services and the consumers of healthcare services? And then you're going to develop an action plan. So throughout this course, we're going to talk about different frameworks of ethical dilemmas, how to solve them or how to come to a resolution. And you're going to apply one of these frameworks to identify steps to address the issue and lead up to the process. We'll talk about this more during the class, but these steps that you're going to take have to be logical, implementable. You don't have to implement them for this course, although certainly I would encourage you to do it as at some point later on, but we're in 6 weeks here, so I'm not expecting that you're going to be able to implement something, but you have to have the ability to implement it, not something so far reaching that you wouldn't be able to do it. So no more than 3 pages, again, references, and talk about what framework is applied. I'll also be giving you some grading information on all of these assignments as they get closer to the assignments. You're also going to participate in a medical ethics debate. So we're going to pick one of the topics that we discuss, and that'll probably be based on some of the discussion postings that we do along the way. And you're going to be assigned a side. So one of the hardest things there is to do is argue against something you support, but it's a good learning experience. So we will be randomly assigned a side, and you will have to argue pro or con whatever the ethical issue is. There's no written submission for the debate aspect of the assignment. However, the written piece is part of the debate resource packet. So in the debate resource packet, which will also be handed in on that last on-site, you're going to submit a packet of resources that you use to frame your side of the debate. So minimally, it would include 5 journal articles, and I actually would like the articles. Articles have to be from reputable sources, so .gov.edu websites, no .org websites, because those are skewed. So you want to do really reputable sources. I would prefer that you get them from healthcare journals. So you have access to the library, so you can do that. I can help you if necessary. But you're going to give me those articles. You're going to complete a reference page that is comprehensive. So if you used more than those 5 articles, I want to see what they were on the reference page. And then you're going to also outline your comments for each of those sections. So the debate is going to have an introduction, the actual debate part, and a conclusion. So I want to see, even in bulleted comments, what it is that you are arguing. So I should be able to, from that outline, identify what arguments you're using for your debate. And finally, as I mentioned, the participation and professionalism. So, be prepared, be appropriate in your interactions with each other and with me, and I have no concerns with this group. And then here's just the topics that we're going to talk about tentatively, the topics that we're going to talk about throughout this course. You never know. With ethics, it's something that can change from day to day, and medicine changes from day to day sometimes. So if there are things that become more prevalent, within the next 6 weeks, then, maybe I'll throw something in. We'll see as we go along. But this is the tentative list of topics that we're going to talk about. So that's really it for the syllabus. I will post some other content, but look for readings posted on Plato, and I will always let you know when I have posted them, either through email or through a Plato announcement. But for now, that's it for the syllabus. But we'll talk about these assignments in more detail as they come up. All right, have a great day.